This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this evening, residents in Rivers State call for proper scrutiny of ministerial list. Federal government asked ministerial nominees to complete documentation ahead of screening. Refuse dumps under some flyovers in Port Harcourt raise concern among residents. Troops arrest former soldier for supplying weapons to Boko Haram. President Tinubu to hold special ECOWAS meeting on Niger coup. Today is World Hepatitis Day. On the foreign scene, Niger coup mastermind declares himself leader. I am Kalada Kurubatibo. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. Good evening. Some residents of Port Harcourt are calling on the National Assembly to properly scrutinize the list of 28 ministerial nominees forwarded by President Bola Tinubu. Some of the residents tell our correspondent that a confirmation of ministerial nominees should be void of personal prejudice or pressure, as the hope of Nigerians now lies in their hands. They also said they were not surprised to see the former governor, Nyesom Wike, make the ministerial list.
For me as a person, I believe in competency. Once you are competent, if the president feels that these people can help you to take to Nigeria to the next level, which he wants, there's no harm about it.
It's not your qualification, being a minister because you're qualified, no, but because of maybe interest, you put in what that Nigeria, this country for you. Never the president wants.
At the same time, I still believe in competence. If those people that are nominated by the person standing as the president now, if they are competent to do the work, let it be. But if they are not competent, the court of competent jurisdiction that is already sitting now about to give judgment will strike everything out.
The ministerial nominees will undergo screening at the National Assembly on Monday. The Senior Special Assistant to the President of National Assembly Matters, Senator Abdullahi Gumel, has also asked the ministerial nominees to complete their documentation. Meanwhile, Media Assistant to the Governor of the State, Osai Success, has asked the PDP to ban the former State from the party for misconduct. Mr. Osayu said this in Asaba, said Mr. Wike has not been impactful to the party in recent times. He said the party should not wait for his resignation. In the same vein, the National Legal Advisor to the Committee of Defense for Human Rights, Henry Ekene, says the ministerial nomination of former Governor Wike has further divided the political landscape of Rivers State. He said this in an interview with our correspondent.
The former governor will do, whether he's going to move over to the Progressive Congress, which will again change the political landscape in Rivers State, as to the leadership and then the control of the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State. If he does so, or he's going to remain in the PDP and then leaving all those remnants of the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State to remain in Progressive Congress, while he remains in PDP in the cabinet of Mr. President in Abuja. All of these will have great influence in the way politics will be played in Rivers State moving forward.
Similarly, acting chairman of the Labour Party in Rivers State, Hilda Dokubo, says rather than accepting the ministerial position, former Governor Wike should nominate another politician from Rivers State.
You have been minister before, chief of staff, or you have been governor. He's not Hilda, because if it's me, I will not accept to be a minister again. I would rather have one of, not me. If this was me, I know for sure that I would have trained a whole lot of people who can do that work just as good as I can. And I would rather have them sit in that office than sit there again after I have done that job 8 years ago.
On the planned strike by the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC), Mrs. Dokubo said she hopes the strike will yield the desired results. She tells correspondent Soibu Ruwari that she's concerned the government jack the protest.
Do I think it will work or it won't work? What are we even sure of anymore in this country? It's okay to say we're going to demonstrate, we're giving deadlines, and how many people in there are willing to run the complete 9 miles to say until what they are requesting is what is done? My sincere opinion is whatever is going on, everybody sees that it's harming the economy, it's harming the people.
Mrs. Dokubo, however, advised Nigerians to participate in the planned protest because it is a struggle between the rich and the poor.
Definitely, people are going to come out to demonstrate, to speak up against the injustice. But will this government yield? Is another level. I don't trust anything anybody says. It's only people making any profit with what is happening in this country right now are the people at the executive, legislative, and judiciary level of the country. They are the only people. So the way it is, it's the rich against the common man.
In another development, former APC Vice Chairman Northwest Salihu Lukman says the party may be setting itself up for destruction if former Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje emerges as its national chairman. Mr. Lukman made this known in a statement barely 24 hours after he resigned as a member of the party's National Working Committee. He said he does not want to be a source of distraction for the new administration of President Bola Tinubu. Moving on. Some residents of Port Harcourt are concerned over the heaps of refuse under the flyovers in the city. They said the refuse under the Rumogba flyovers is a threat to the health of residents and can also increase the risk of flooding. They are also calling on the state government to evacuate destitutes who sleep on the flyovers, saying most robberies around the flyovers are allegedly carried out by them.
If you go to these bridges under it, you see a lot of things. People will just keep refugees. The odor, the smell that you get from there is something not to cheer about. In the side of the residents, they should maintain orderliness. Everything is not government.
Come and carry this people come up for there, so that because them follow the generate the problem of for the Rumokoro.
The flyovers are too dirty. The government should do something about it. They should remove the dirt and remove those people there.
All of them not be thief. Now some of them be thief. All of them not be thief.
Meanwhile, an environmental researcher with the University of Port Harcourt, Susan Ajeri, said the River State government should employ the use of incinerators and recycling bins for waste management.
So many philanthropies that are willing to help, bring them together. We have different homes where people take care of the less privileged people that are homeless. If the government can go there, identify some of them, and then send them to some of these homes, not just to send them there and leave them there. We send them and then support these homes to take care of these people. This should go a long way to help.
Also, the National Publicity Secretary of the Waste Management Society of Nigeria, Benson Friday, wants those who dump refuse indiscriminately punished.
The dumping of waste under the flyover is unprofessional, it's unacceptable. It's not become dump waste or for lunatic or tout come and take there as a sleeping place, cause a lot of harm. The and the social worker have their role to play. So for all these things, we think we'll end like groups, monitoring the situations around those areas also.
We'll go for a quick commercial break. Still to come, President Tinubu to host special ECOWAS meeting on Niger coup. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.